Slack charges you per seat every month. Mattermost gives you the entire platform for $0. You own the server, you own the data, nothing leaves your network unless you allow it. Mattermost is written in Go on the backend with React on the front end. It stores messages and metadata in PostgreSQL. The official repository is a monorepo at github.com/mattermost/mattermost. The old web app repo still sits at 2,287 stars. Deploying Mattermost takes 3 commands. You need a Linux machine with Docker and Docker Compose installed. First, clone the repository. Then run Docker Compose upd. That is the entire installation. The process pulls containers for the web server, the API server, and the database. In about 60 seconds, you have a fully functional chat application. You can reach it at your server IP on port 8065. The first user to register becomes the system admin. From that admin panel, you can set authentication methods. You can require LDAP, SAML, or OpenID Connect. You can lock down access to a single sign-on provider. Channels work like Slack. Public channels, private channels, direct messages, group messages all exist. Threads are nested under each message. File sharing is built in. Images, documents, PDFs, code snippets all upload to the server. You control the maximum file size and the storage backend. S3 MinIO or local disk. Search indexes all channels. You can search by date, by user, by word. The search supports regular expressions. Integrations come in 2 flavors. Incoming webhooks let external services post into channels. Outgoing webhooks send messages to external services for processing. /commands run custom actions. You can write a bot that responds to weather or deploy. The bot API is res tful. Mattermost also supports plugins. You can install pre-built plugins from the marketplace or write your own in Go or JavaScript. Plugins add video calls, calendar integration, Jira ticketing, and more. Permissions are granular. You can create teams, then restrict who can create channels, who can post, who can upload files. Roles can be custom. The mobile app is a separate project. It connects to your own server. No data passes through a third party. Now the reality check. Mattermost is mature. Project started in 2015 and has thousands of contributors. It powers the European Commission, the US Department of Defense, and Samsung, but it is not a perfect clone of Slack. The user interface feels functional, not polished. Animations are minimal. The mobile apps lag behind the desktop version. The native video calling plugin requires a separate paid license. The free version uses a third-party Jitsi server or a self-hosted instance. You must configure it yourself. The Community Edition lacks certain enterprise features. Compliance exports require an E10 or E20 license. Advanced role-based reporting is not free. Search performance degrades beyond a few million messages without proper indexing. You need to tune PostgreSQL or use Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch is optional and requires its own containers. Guest accounts are supported, but the workflow is less intuitive than Slack. Inviting a guest to a single channel takes several clicks. The default notification system is noisy. Every new channel mention sends a push notification. You must teach users to set personal notification preferences. Mattermost has no native CRM or sales tooling. It is a communication platform, not a business suite. The most important distinction is the cost. Slack for 100 users costs roughly $8,000 per year. Mattermost for 100 users costs $0 for software and the price of a small virtual machine. You save money, you gain control, you lose some convenience. If you want a free self-hosted Slack replacement that your team can operate today, Mattermost is the answer. The repository needs attention. The old web app repo is archived. The monorepo is the active codebase. Star the monorepo. Subscribe to Open Sourcery.